I'm gonna go ahead and make this delicious raw vegan stuffing. So these are the ingredients that we're gonna need. I already have some vegetables prepared and some are not. So let me go ahead and wash this and chop this, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Okay, so first thing I need to do, I need to make sure my cutting board doesn't move around when I cut things. So that's why I put this little cloth here. I'm just gonna put my cutting board. Okay, so I pre-washed my vegetables already, and some of them, as you can see, I chopped this before when I did my meal prep. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all these carrots. I have a whole bunch of carrots. Let's see, I have 6 carrots here. I'm just gonna chop these ends here. Chop the other side a little bit. Now I need to kind of roughly pre-chop it because we're gonna use a food processor to crush these carrots, but I need to help my processor a little bit, so I need to chop them. See, these carrots are okay. I did not scrape them to peel, and they say it's even better to eat that part. I think it has silica. It's supposed to be very good for us. I'm keeping this outer layer on. Put them in this bowl and we're gonna set them aside because we're gonna pre-chop other vegetables now. So the next thing I have is my cauliflower. So I need to cut this stalk out. Now they still look a bit too big, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roughly chop them as well. So we're gonna put everything in the food processor. Now let me put this cauliflower into this bowl. Okay, all right, next thing I need to do, I need to cut my onion. Just gonna slice them lengthwise. You see, I don't go all the way to the end. I need this part to kind of be kept together. It's easier to cut when I flip it like this. You see, they all stay intact. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop it to tiny little pieces like that. This is how big the pieces are, very tiny. Let's do the other half. Let's put it in a bowl and we're gonna set this aside as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and chop our herbs. I have this fresh parsley. Somehow it's still growing outside, even though it's kind of cold. It's been like 33 Fahrenheit degree last night, and somehow it survives and it's growing. So I'm just gonna chop it very kind of small like that. Let's put this in the bowl as well. I need to get this oregano. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it from the stalk like this. Just slide it like that. It smells so good. It's very easy to grow oregano. It grows like a weed. It just keeps on multiplying with every year. I'm not even gonna chop these because they're kind of tiny already. Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and process this celery here. Oh, everything is everywhere. Okay, I'm not gonna fill it up all the way. To kind of help it, I need to scrape the sides a little bit, and we need to make it smaller. Okay, this is enough for this batch. And go ahead and put it in a bowl. I'm just gonna set it aside for now. And we're gonna continue doing this with the rest of these vegetables. Alright, let's go ahead and transfer all these carrots here. One of them I found didn't shred. It's okay, I'll eat it. We just want it to be kind of equally the same sizes. We don't want any big chunks in them. Next we need to use our cauliflower. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Looks good. Next, I am going to use these sunflower seeds. I'm making it a nut-free version this time. So I'm gonna use a couple of cups. So we're gonna put it in our processor. You can use walnuts or pecans or both, but I'm just using sunflower seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. This should be good enough. I don't want them to be super small and turn into a seed butter. Let's do the second cup. Okay, this time I made it even finer, which is okay. It's kind of like crumbs, but it has like little pieces here, so it has a little crunch. Now I need a bigger bowl, and here we're gonna mix everything together. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my onion. Next I'm gonna put my sunflower seeds. Next I'm gonna go ahead and put all these vegetables. Give it a quick mix, and if you find bigger pieces, just take them out because we only need the little ones. Now we need to mix in everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and add our fresh herb first. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of zest of this lemon. Gives this extra freshness. Okay, enough. Now I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze this lemon. I'm only gonna use a little bit. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt. about half a teaspoon, and I'm gonna add some black pepper. Next, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Next herb, I'm gonna add thyme. I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons of thyme. Next, I'm gonna add some sage, apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna add a teaspoon. I'm also gonna use the olive oil, 2 teaspoons, and I'm gonna use also coconut aminos, a couple of teaspoons as well. Stir everything well together. Okay, let me go ahead and give it a taste test. Okay, I need to adjust just a few things. I need to add more Italian seasoning, and we're gonna add more salt. And I want to use more sage. Another mix. Okay. Now let me show you how I like to eat it. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and load my romaine leaves. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a final taste test. I like all the spices here. It's very good. It gives this Thanksgiving vibes. And it's so refreshing. If you eat this kind of stuffing, it's not gonna weigh you down. You're not gonna wanna go sleep right after this. Tastes good.